Hey, what up guys, this is Trunks doing another video here, showing off some more monk builds and tips and tricks and all that, especially after the patch. I really wanted to talk about what's been going on with monk and my builds and stuff like that. So, I had a few upgrades since the last video, and I haven't been able to do a video because my computer's been messed up, but still rocking the same two maces. I think I upgraded my boots with got a lot more resist back up while keeping my armor up pretty high. New helm with some crit on it, some new bracers with more resist, new gloves that don't have attack speed anymore. New ring that gave me some more resist, and same Blackthorn's belt and legs. And I think I had new shoulders since the last time too, and these ones really gave me that resist that I need. Just a ton of resist on these, and pretty high armor as well. So I want to show off a few things, I guess. So I have been using this build a little bit, a combination strike build that uses Way of the 100 Fists to give me free 15% attack speed, which, as you probably know by now, the nerf really hurt attack speed, so getting some free 15 attack speed from Blazing Fists is awesome. And then we have Fist of Thunder. The Fist of Thunder, oh man, it really, when you use the Sweeping Wind Cyclone, the Fist of Thunder is what really can make a big difference, proccing a lot of crits. And then I was using Deadly Reach because I stopped using the Seize the Initiative. I needed some way to get my armor back up, so I was using Deadly Reach. But I think for this video I am going to go back to, it's a little bit more risky with this build, although it does help with the damage a little bit. It's quite a bit more risky. I actually like taking Blinding Flash with either Faith in the Light, or even Self-Reflection is pretty good, and I don't really enjoy Blinding Flash, so I'm going to take Faith in the Light this round. And this is the basic build that I've been running with basically the past 2.5 weeks. I just haven't been able to really top it with a crit build. Now, normally for a run like this, I started doing cool runs. I normally start all the way back during Unexpected Allies, but since I don't want this video to be like 2 hours long, I'm just going to start at cool and see how far I can go. But so you use the right click to get that 3 stack up that you can see at the bottom, and that gives you a lot of attack speed. Now, I have really slow weapons. Both of them are only 1.2 attack speed, and I have no attack speed on any of my items. So, I mean, if I wasn't dual wielding and using Blazing Fists, I'd really have a tough time with some of these. Now, not sure exactly how far I want to go here, and I'm lagging pretty bad from what I'm used to. Oof. Alrighty. Now I have to make my way up here. Actually, there's a Resplendent chest in this event. If you ever get this event right here, there's a Resplendent chest right in the middle of it. I'll probably go grab it. But for sake of brevity, I'm not really going to do that. I'm going to try to find some more cool stuff in the run. Now, patch has made so many changes, has so many people complaining, and other people really like it. So my take is, I think it's awesome. Personally, I had a really tough time farming Act 3 because I don't have the best stuff. That's what most of my videos have been about, trying to do this stuff with mediocre gear, without spending the mills to get there. I think almost all my gear I think I never bought anything for more than 2 mil. I've been playing the game the whole time, so I mean, AH prices fluctuate up and down, and I know for most of my gear I didn't have to pay that much, and I'm really bad at saving up money, so haven't been able to get anything like too crazy. But I really have been liking this build. The 15% from Blazing Fists is just so powerful right now, especially since it's so hard. I mean, now that's the equivalent of at least 2 items worth of attack speed, if not 3. And the dual wield, I mean, that's the other place that attack speed didn't get nerfed, so. And trying to think what else I want to talk about. So basically, now the idea for Blizzard is that they nerfed the Act 3, Act 4 loots for high level loots, but in return they've given Act 1 and Act 2 a chance to drop the best loot in the game, the eye level 63 loot. So it's been pretty crazy that way. So I'm hoping that Act 1 and 2 farming have become much better sources of income for people. And people who have been farming Act 3 with their crazy gear, I mean, they're probably going to be the ones complaining about the patch, because really they got a nerf on the drop rates and the high-end drop rates big time. I think I heard a lot of people talking about some 20% chance for eye level 63 pre-patch. Now it's down to 8%. But before, when there was 0% chance for 0% chance for it to drop in Act 1 and 2, I think now Act 1 has like 2%, while Act 2 has 4%. I'm not sure on the exact numbers, but the point is that if you can do Act 2 relatively fast compared to Act 3, Act 2 is going to be the better place for you. If you're dying a lot, especially now with the ridiculous repair costs, you're definitely going to want to try to stick to a place where you don't die very much. Like before, I did consider farming Act 3 a lot of the time, just because Act 3 had such good drop rates and it was so hard. And even though I died a lot, I mean, most of the time it was just worth the payoff to farm Act 3. Now that Act 2, on the other hand, also has the chance to drop the best items, it makes much more sense for me to go back to Act 2, where I don't die pretty much most of the time. Every once in a while, there's some elite packs that are just absolutely insane. But for the most part, though, I don't really die in Act 2 that much. Although I gotta say, it is pretty hard to talk and about this stuff while playing. You might see me die here a few times. Hopefully not. Getting better at it. Oh, and there it is. So a lot of other people are also talking about mobs will cast their spells a lot more often. And even though the shielding was supposed to take a nerf, I didn't really notice it too much. It definitely is less than it was before. Although I did hear of reports of certain mobs just completely shielding like 80% of the time, and still a few mobs bugged here and there. So I think for a lot of monks, post attack speed nerf, I mean, I saw this coming. I mean, it was posted for months beforehand, and I thought I saw it coming a long time beforehand. So I really tried to stay away from any free attack speed situations where I tried not to stack attack speed if I could. I think I had 1 or 2 items there for a while where I could stack attack speed, and I don't know, I didn't want to do it. It seemed lame to me, it seemed gimmicky. I really thought Blizz was going to nerf it, and I'm glad that I didn't fall into that trap. But so now I think dual wield is time to make a comeback, because the sword and shield, just you can't get the attack speed anymore, and it's really hard to keep that high damage. But I'm sure you can still do it with really good gear. I mean, I think that's really the point that Blizz was trying to do, is that with a certain amount of gear you can really do whatever build your heart desires. But I think very soon people are going to realize that crit with a little bit of attack speed and a little bit of life on hit and balanced out stats really is the best way to go. Or at least it's the best way I like to go. I really like it. I enjoy it more. And this run in particular is really good, because there's a lot of elites, and now that elites automatically give one guaranteed rare per elite pack. It's pretty good farming in here. Like I said, I like to start at unexpected allies, so that by the time I make it into this dungeon, I will already have a 5-stack of Nephilim ready to go, so that I can get as much loot out of here as possible. Because at least to me, this seems like one of the most compacted amount of elites monsters in the game. From what I could tell, it seemed like a really great spot to farm. Now you're gonna whenever I find the attack speed triumphs, I always used to tell myself, oh, if I could just find the gear I have with the attack speed on it, this is what I'd be doing. And yeah, I wish that I could have. I wish I had the money to get that type of gear, but that's gonna have to wait a little while. So when you're doing these runs, the biggest white mobs you have to worry about are those smoldering, here, I think this is one, yeah, smoldering constructs. They throw like fire on the ground that hurts so bad. It's like basically having a little molten underneath your feet while you kill stuff. So you want to try to take them out as fast as you can. And with this build, you can really get out a ton of those cyclones out, and when there's a lot of them out, you can really see the damage start to really pick up quite a bit. There's some random little mobs in here. These purple ones, I've yet to have them drop something good for me, but yeah, as far as I can tell, they only drop gold anymore. It really stinks. I really feel like it sucks that Blizzard had to take away some of the cool stuff, like actual items appearing and breakable stuff. But I think, you know, with the bots and stuff, they had to balance it. I mean, as long as there's an auction house, you have to have the balance, because if you don't, the item prices are just going to be wonky forever. And personally, I thought this patch was great. I mean, death had to mean something. It really didn't make any sense to death Zerg mobs over and over again until they were dead. I mean, it doesn't make good gameplay sense. As much as people claim that they love that stuff, I mean, once they've gotten used to not being able to do that anymore, I think they'll just realize, you know, it was for the better of the game. Because Blizzard wants you to have fun earning money by playing the game, not by, you know, doing pot runs, which I also did. Man, they were boring as hell. I had to stop doing them because they were mind-numbing. So, really, I just couldn't do that anymore. But with this patch, I mean, I can run Act 2 at a semi-good pace. There's still the threat of death from every elite pack. They have some weird, like this one's really easy. And you run into these where you know, you can just face tank them and not really have to do anything. But you know, there's some packs that are just ungodly hard. Now, personally, I don't make too much gold anymore from these runs. I usually I usually get better than even because of the repair costs, but I usually only, even after a full run of this, probably only make 200 straight gold from it. So I mean, I think the gold decrease from the gold pool is really going to bring a lot of those prices down, because a lot of the people who are farming the items, like me, aren't getting that much gold, but they'll get gold from selling the items, which other people, you know, other people supply that for you. Here's another one that's pretty easy. Just gotta make sure you move out of the desecrate. So you can see, like, I've never seen that many desecrates before. Maybe it's because of the minions or whatever, or there's a lot of them, but there just seems to be they seem to cast their abilities way more often than they used to. Oh, I hate that jailer. Now, I know there was some people talking, my last comment telling me about how lifesteal is just so terrible, and that, you know, you should never use it, you shouldn't even look for it on the items. And I mean, that's just not true, especially after you start to have, well, I have like, you know, 16.5k damage now. It used to be up at 20. I upgraded for some more defensive items that were overall better, but did cost me some DPS. When you get up to that amount of damage, I mean, eventually it really starts, you really do notice in groups. I promise you, if you have 5% plus lifesteal, and you are in a group, and you are fighting a group of mobs, if you don't notice it, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I definitely do. When I'm in a group of whites, I mean, I feel invincible when I'm in the middle of an easy group of whites, because they just give me so much more HP. Now, for this run, I mean, you can basically take it all the way to Belial, but Belial got a lot harder post-patch, a lot harder. The whatchamacallit, the enrage timer for him is just insane. My brother was trying to do it today on his wizard, and I think he said he hit the enrage timer. Oh wow, these are gonna be hard because they're smoldering constructs, and they have desecrate. So basically, they get two nice. I might even skip this pack just because I don't have time to fiddle around here for a million years. Yeah. I don't know how long this run's gonna be because normally it takes a little while to get to cool. But that was one of those packs where it's just like, wow, that's really hard. Like, yeah, if you pay attention, you can definitely kill it. I mean, all that stuff was dodgeable, from their fireballs to the desecrate. But like I said, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I might even cut it short before I get to cool. But there's definitely quite a different elites in here. Some of them hard, some of them easy. Most of them easy, from what I can tell. I don't think I've ever actually skipped. No, I have skipped when there was two elite packs right next to each other, and I couldn't get them separated, and I think I skipped that, or I just quit game and took a break. Because these runs, I mean, when you get 5 stacks of nerf, especially in the Oasis, there are a ton of events, quite a few that have a resplendent chest at the end of them. That's pretty nice. So that's why I start all the way back from unexpected allies, because you can get some cool stuff. Now these are toxic constructs with shielding. Now these shouldn't be too bad. Just gotta be careful. More careful than that. Alright, here we go. So you see, once you get that 3 stacks of blazing fists up, man, you get a lot of DPS pumping out. Ooh. especially with the Faith in the Light. I really like it because you can just see after I use it, it just really pumps out some damage in there. Let's try to get them out of that corner. Pop that, kill that one off. Watch out for arcane. Sometimes it's just easier to get them into a more open area or somewhere that's just easier to fight. Especially the arcane ones, they're really hard to fight in that enclosed space. That was pretty easy. I don't have 5 stacks yet, but the next one will give me the 5th stack, and then after that, I should be getting a rare after every rare elite pack. And cool. Oh, my mouse got stuck. So I've still been really enjoying the game, and personally, this patch has reinvigorated a person like me, because I don't know about everybody else, but I didn't like that you couldn't find the best stuff in the game in Act 1 and 2. They were definitely had close to the same difficulty, and I think they deserved to be able to drop the best stuff. And plus, it really made it so that only demon hunters and wizards were really farming Act 3 and 4 and giving the gear down to the rest of us peasants. So I mean, like I said, I was farming Act 3 a little bit before, but now it's, I mean, I can definitely farm. Going from drop rates, this is how fast I go here. This is the more profitable place for me to be. And I think a lot of people are going to have to do that same type of calculation in their head. You know, how much do I die in this act, and how much money what's the drop rate, and all this. So I think Act 2 has twice the drop rate of Act 1. So if you are trying to rock, I'm going to kill these toxic constructs throwing shit at me. So if you do the math, and you know, if you're like, well, I can definitely do Act 1 twice as fast as I do Act 2, then you should do Act 1. I mean, if you're not dying in Act 2, you should do Act 2. If you're not dying in Act 3, then you should do Act 3. And I'm almost sure, actually I'm positive that Act 3 and 4 don't have the exact same drop rate. I would bet my left nut that that Act 4 will drop better quality stuff than Act 3. I think there's some hidden mechanics Blizzard hasn't quite come clean upon, so that the botters can't take advantage of the information that they give out. That'd be my guess, at least. I could be wrong, but Act 4 is still harder than Act 3, so it doesn't make sense for them to have the same drop rate. It just doesn't make any sense. So I think people will find out that Act 3 farming isn't going to cut it anymore, and they need to move up to Act 4. Now, for me, I don't think my gear, I haven't extensively tried out Act 3 yet, actually. Just going off of prior, wow, I'm dead for sure. Yeah. The arcane stuff stopped me from getting that health globe over there that I desperately needed. That was my fault. And I should be timing this because I'm really not sure how long it's been, but I'm